complicates me, don't be afraid. I just want to say a huge thanks to the guys from SolidWorks. SolidWorks is the 3D application I use to design most of my stuff and all of the stuff you see here today. So yeah, go check it out, it's a cool application. Today we've been making some stamps and we're going to show you how you can design and make your own too. So we've made a few different ones. So we've made some of the big panel ones because we really want to make some nice large stamps so we can try. I know there's a lot of people who do screen printing and all sorts of other cool things like that, but I don't really have the stuff to do that yet. I mean, I haven't really looked into it to be fair, but I really wanted to make stamps. So this to me was a test, but it's a spooky test because it's Halloween. I want to be able to make big stamps just like this so I can brand the side of big boxes or anything that I'm going to be shipping out, whether it's props or helmets or whatever. So this was a really nice project just to do a little bit of learning. So I wanted to do a two-part stamp, so I didn't want to just do a regular stamp. I wanted to do a stamp that could maybe produce something a little like this. So I'm really happy with how this came out. Look at it. Oh, it's so spooky. So, yeah, we're going to take you through some of the bits that I did to do that. Gabriella, this is probably the least useful position you could be in. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Nope, table is mine. Okay, bye.
About 8 hours into the print and we're going to just take a little look because we orientated it a specific way and there's a good reason for that. So as you can see here, like this one is just flat because really it's a big flat there's no real like in-depth detail, so it doesn't really matter. However, this piece has lots of little detail because it's where all the black's going to be. We've orientated this upright on the print bed so that all these edges are going to be nice and sharp because it doesn't matter here, but it does here. If we printed this flat, we probably wouldn't have as sharp edge detail as what we're gonna have now. So it's the next day and we are done. So our print's off, we've got these nice detail lines, so we're just going to give it a sand and then we should be good to go. You also have to cut this little brim off, which is just for support. 1 hour later, I still can't find anything. Like, moving house is just a big drain. Like, we have sandpaper, we have a proper indexed pile of sandpaper. We have no idea where it is. I've brought in the heavy support because I don't know, it's a new garage and I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
It was totally hidden there. I would have never found that. Thank you.
Strike the cat. Not the wife.
Thank you, kitty. Good kitty.
No, stop. Do not want.
Okay, so we've got the sandpaper. Karen says she doesn't want to be filmed. Say hi, Karen! So we've got the sandpaper. We've taped it down to a bit of perspex so it's nice and flat. So that means when we sand this, the top surface will be lovely and flat. So we're going to do that. Okay, so we've done the first pass. I've gone through 180 grit sandpaper. We've just taped it down to a bit of perspex so it stays flat. Because this is going to be a stamp, we don't need to be super concerned with it, but you really want to start on quite a low grit, and that's so that you're not spending so much time doing all the work. If you start at something like 400 grit or higher, you're just going to spend a lot of time and energy. You'll get to the same destination, but you will take twice as long. So I'm fairly happy with this. It's got a good pass. Like, all of the major lines are gone, which is what we really want. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray it with a bit of primer, just check I haven't missed anywhere, do a final little sand, maybe go up to 400 grit, maybe not, and then we're going to sand the other piece. We'll do exactly the same, so then we'll have our 2 finished stamp plates and we'll be good to go. Okay, so we're taped up. We're going to use these lovely hanging pieces of wood. It's masking tape, okay? Just leave me alone. It's a new garage. So yeah, we're going to spray them. We're going to be using this big boy easy sanding universal 3-in-1 flexible primer filler and undercoat. It's probably overkill, but it'll do. Any primer will do to show up these, but these will help fill in the tiny little cracks, and it won't give a perfect finish, but it will give something very close. And for these stamps, this will be more than enough. So make sure you shake your can nice, so you can hear now there's like no noise, but if we keep shaking it, he says, there it is. So there's a ball in there. You've got to make sure that you shake it, not just till you can hear the ball, but then you've got to thoroughly mix it. So there's a lot of spray fillers, there's a lot of material in there, so you have to really shake it up so that it's going to do its job. So get shaking. You know, I think I'll do. We're quite well mixed now. There's some people who've made some fantastic tools actually. I'm gonna see if I can find one where they can put it on like an oscillating saw and it'll shake it for you. Maybe I need to build one. I'll add it to the list of a million projects I have to do. Anyway, onwards. Always make sure you're in a well ventilated area, and also, if you're not, make sure you're wearing protection. These are probably set up enough for me. They say 24 hours, but I think that's like more of a guideline. So yeah, we're going to sand this up with probably 400 grit because it feels quite rough, which is lovely, and it means that all the bits will be filled. So it means it was a good filler. So this should be good. Let's go for it. It came out really nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with the detail on that. Considering it's just an FDM print, that's pretty good. For Halloween, it's spooky enough. We've got our assembled Stampy Doodles. We've got our orange one, and we've got our black detail one. So we're going to do some test stamps, see if it's any good. To do this, we made a little frame so that we could easily hold it down and make sure that the stamps go in the same place every time. So that way we've got a nice alignment without having to look under and like line it up and things like that. So like, yeah, so you'll get a nice border on the edge of your part. Now the border's quite thick, so it would probably survived anyway. But, you know. what's an idea if it's not over-engineered, right? I'm just going to be doing this on a leather mat. I tried this on like the flat surface. The problem is when you're pushing a hard flat onto a hard flat, you can make a really good print like a printing press, but to get really good prints you need a lot of pressure, and this is just plastic and I'm only pushing it by hand. I don't really want to be dealing with clamps, so the alternative to that is we're going to use something that's got a little bit of give. So this is like a leather placemat. It has just enough give that when I exert pressure on it, it'll really help that stamp indent onto the paper and give me a good print, and that's what we want. So take our copy paper, lay it down like this, and then we're going to take our little mount, take your tape, expertly and delicately cut it, just like me. Just going to tape this down to my leather pad. I think this would work with a foam as well. I don't think it's necessary that it has to be leather. Just it was something that had a little bit of give. So I found these gigantic stamp pads on Amazon for like £3. They're kids ones. I'll put the links in below. These were like £3 as opposed to like proper ink pads like this, which are tiny and cost like £7. They're infinitely better, but for the size of stamp we want to do, and considering I'm making like some bits of paper with pumpkin stamps on, these will do fine. Okay, so the first problem I encountered is, you take that off. Lovely. I made the stamp too big even for the biggest stamp. So, but it's fine, we can get around this. So what we're going to do is, we're going to pop this out a little bit, make it a little bit messy, he says. So we're just going to ease up the edge of that stamp. Now what you can do is be smart and design your stamp to fit within the 15cm max of pad. So all I'm going to do is, you can see the stamp down here, we're going to just like dab it with the pad. So we're going to put our pad down for now, put that over here, and we're just going to lay this in here and just let it drop in, and then we've got it there. Then we need to make sure we do a really good bit of pressure down here. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So we've pushed down nice, let's see. Oh, ooh, that's pretty good. Let's show the camera. So, look at that. Ooh. I mean, it's a little bit textured, and I think that's because it's quite water-based, and this is a large flat stamp. Like, it's really hard to get a good impression. Now we're going to do the black detailing. So the black detailing, this one I've already had a try. You can see it's like already got black on it. That's fine. So for this one, we're going to use our regular black ink pad, mainly because we already had one. Put that on around there. Make sure we got a good coverage of ink. So now you see we've got a nice glistening, well covered black stamp. So we're going to give this a press on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my lord, look at that. Isn't it pretty? I like that a lot. Okay, let's show it to the big camera. So there we go. We have one spooky pumpkin. Or spooky, I don't know. So the great thing is you can take this out. You can probably leave the frame exactly where it is, slide in your next piece, and you're ready to go. So you can obviously do this on your own thing. You can do it on card or whatever you like, but there's loads of other nice pads like these nice to and from stamps. They're so cheap it's not even worth making them, and they're really well made. So if you want to say, hey, I want to give someone a Halloween invite, you can take our little to and from stamp, but donk, you can say, hey, it's to someone from someone. Let's move over there. Just have to be careful we don't get ink everywhere. And I've got some little name stamps. These are quite cheap and easy to get to. They are really cool. So we're going to say, hey, Karen. She's in bed right now because it's past her bedtime. Say, hey, Karen. Bonk. Oh, maybe that was too much. Too much squidge, too much squidge. To Karen. From Luke. I don't know, there's something I like about these types of stamps. They just feel so distinctively vintage. I like it. You could scribble whatever you like on that, but I think as far as it goes, this is pretty decent. I quite like it. Enter in the description what you guys are going to do with your stamps. we're obviously going to give ours out for Halloween to people who are going to come round to our house. I mean, it's a bit late, they already know they're coming, so I guess it's a bit really early for next year.